This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody. Due to popular demand, people actually wanted this segment back, so I brought it back. So each and every Wednesday you will get a new gaming jury, and hopefully we can make enough of them, that's for sure. Now, for those of you that are new here and have never seen this before, let me explain how this all works. What happens is we take two games similar but not so similar, and you, the jury, decide which one is the one that survives, more or less. Which one does not get convicted and sent to the jail. Now, I, your humble host, will provide you the information on both games, and then you, the jury, you, the people, make the final decision. So today we are going to be talking about Warhammer Quest 1995 against none other than Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. So let's start with 1995, the original, the first of them all, the one that started the whole thing. Now, Warhammer Quest was basically a spin-off from originally, which was Hero Quest. Hero Quest became Advanced Hero Quest, and then Games Workshop decided to do their own version of it and include a role-playing game with it, and being able to take and add so many elements and character development in it. Set in the fantasy world, the old world of Games Workshop, you had your typical guys, your barbarian, your wizard, your elf, and your dwarf, and they would go on these wild adventures against spiders and goblins and ever so much. But the real trick was going back to town, because after you completed a mission, well, going back to town sometimes was almost as perilous as going down into the dungeon. This is a historic game and was remade in the late 2000s. I believe it was 2012, 2013, with Warhammer Quest Shadows of Hammerall, as well as another version that was made of it. But it was set in the Age of Sigmar. But the mechanics had totally changed. Because this time, you rolled dice to program your movement. And where it had certain elements of the old Warhammer Quest, it really wasn't Warhammer Quest. They were two different things. Thus, after two editions of fantasy, we come to our second game that we are talking about, and that is Blackstone Fortress. Now, Blackstone Fortress is Warhammer Quest, but instead of being set in the fantasy world, it is now set in a futuristic world, which is, of course, 40K, which is a nice little spin on it. The other thing that happens here is it took some of the mechanics from Shadows of Hammerhall, the remake of Warhammer Quest, and brings it to the 40K universe. This time, what you are is a group of people that go into this Blackstone Fortress, and you are searching for all kinds of different artifacts and things. But you kind of have a time limit. And another wrinkle, it is a legacy game. Now, the miniatures are beautiful in both sets. The miniatures really stand out in this because it really pulls from the 40K, and it had limitless potential. There were tons of expansions for this, and now, unfortunately, it's very soon will not be produced anymore, and yet they have two more expansions coming out for it. The original 95, well, they had two expansions, and that was it, and then some characters. But they also had a pretty neat magazine, Deathblow magazine. Now, getting back to Blackstone Fortress, the neat thing about it is, again, taking from the old 95, you would go back to the parapet, I can't get that word out, And that is where all kinds of different events where you would heal, you would try to upgrade yourself and things like that, and then fly back to the Blackstone Fortress. Another thing is that you actually have a ship that has certain abilities that can help you, and each character would fly in on a different ship and meet and go and face these different things. If you were to die in Blackstone Fortress, well, that's pretty much it. You would get to try to pick another character, and permadeath, and thus the legacy format of it. Very interesting, very well put together. The expansions are fantastic, and there's tons and tons of gameplay in the 40K version. The 95 version, if you implement the role-playing book, which is just absolutely fantastic, and it gives you all the stats and everything that you can need to build your own type of dungeons, using the cards and so forth and so on, as well as giving you blank cards to add different types of creatures, different dungeon pieces if you wanted to, as well as different adventures all in all. Both are very prominent and very, 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 very good and excellent games. And I have to tell you guys, I think you have a very, very tough choice here in deciding which game would you keep and send the other to the pokey. Well, I'll tell you, for my opinion, I don't envy you guys whatsoever. So on one end, we have Warhammer Quest 1995, the game that started it all, that started this wonderful, wonderful journey. Even though Hero Quest and Advanced Hero Quest were there, it's really the meat and potatoes of Warhammer Quest is the original 1995. And then now you have the futuristic. Is it the fantasy or the sci-fi? Which one do you choose? Which one matters the most to you? Only you can decide. Leave it in the comments, and I'll pick one of you randomly, depending on how creative your comments are, and you just never know. You might just get a gift certificate from Miniature Market itself. So, without further ado, I have presented the case. Now I leave it to you, the jury, to make your deciding factor here at Gaming Jury. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob.
The end of the game, and you could get this from Miniature Market, right, Grandpa?
You can get this from Miniature Market. That's right.
Yeah, everything you need. Bye.